Welcome to DBSync's What Our Customers Are Saying About Us segment, where we discuss data integration solutions and the challenges that our customers have brought us to solve. For those joining us for the first time, DBSync is one of the leading integration replication providers. We've worked with small, mid, and enterprise level organizations for over a decade now, with the simple motto that if you have a database and an open API, we've got an integration solution. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Christine Maybury, who's an administrative assistant for Invatron. Invatron is a software company with products that specialize in helping retailers to manage their fresh food retail operations. Invatron first joined the DBSync family in 2017 with sort of a host of typical challenges that the lack of automation brings, whether it be double entry, error replication, or just employees being frustrated about not having information in real time. So as always, DBSync was thrilled to take on the challenge and put our skills to the test. So before we get started, let me welcome you, Christine, and thank you again for joining us. Yes. So tell us a little bit more about Invatron, kind of a little bit more about what you do, and what was the specific situation or challenge that brought you to DBSync as a possible integration solution for that problem?
So Invafresh is designed for the food retail industry. Our software empowers our customers to generate extraordinary same-store sales growth and superior operating margins. DBSync came to our attention when we wanted some integration between Salesforce and QuickBooks, particularly, to eliminate the duplicate data entry, errors. It's all pushing in real time, et cetera. So we've reached out to your company to gain that control and access of our business. And it's been a seamless process, I have to say, since. Your tech support team is fantastic. Not having to log many tickets within a year, I think we may have had done 2.
Wow.
It seems to be a very seamless process. And I have to say, if you do have an issue, you are assigned account rep with your company, and they go the extra step, which I appreciate. So it's not just about, I may have an issue and I need to log a ticket. They actually take the initiative to follow up 2 or 3 days later to see if your issue is indeed to your satisfactory, or if there's something else that occurred. So that extra step to me is important. Working with you as a business, it also gives that personal touch. So you have that relationship, that one-on-one relationship. So that was important to us. And with the success, obviously, of the integration and the connectors between the two, as I said, it's been a very seamless process. So it's actually eliminated resources on our side of having to waste time troubleshooting on something that we're not familiar with. So the support team has been fantastic with respect to the turnaround time for any kind of error we may have occurred over the time we've used the software.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. I will make sure the team knows that. We pride ourselves in trying to be there, not only as solution experts, but for the long term. So wonderful that that's actually working as planned. Now, before, obviously, you've seen the success of sort of what we do and how we do it, but what was it that made you choose, before you knew all that, that made you choose us as kind of your final decision over our other competitors?
The ease of use. I would say the ease of use. The proposal initially was good with us. I mean, obviously, to make money, you have to spend money. And to us, this was a successful integration. And as I said, it's helped us enormous with respect to not having to use our internal resources to troubleshoot. I mean, we've got you guys at our fingertips. You essentially log the ticket, as I said, and you're good to go. So the process itself was streamless, to be honest with you. I have no complaints, really, which says a lot about your software.
It does. Now, okay, so tell me a little bit more specifically, how is it implemented? Are you the main user? Are there multiple users throughout the company? Like, where have you seen the greatest improvement?
The greatest improvement is the fact that it's not all relied on just one individual within an organization. So I basically take the hand of it, but we have 4 or 5 users that get access to it if for whatever reason I'm not available. So there are efficiently 4 or 5 users that use it on a daily basis, which is great. So we have our own internal team assigned to it.
And so this is kind of a challenging question, but I ask it anyway, in that you've already kind of mentioned that you've had great success as far as making that only easier for the team, but obviously saving on some resources. But if you had to quantify, is there any way that you could give us a dollar and cents amount, if you will, or is it more just, less labor, less frustration?
I would say I don't have an exact dollar amount, to be quite transparent. I would say it's just less labor intensive. It doesn't eat up as much time with respect to, as I mentioned, the resources. And then you guys also did a new area within the software, which is, I think, is fantastic. So you now have the chat box that pops up if you know you've got a question and you're in it. So that's a great addition to the software that I know is fairly new that you guys have introduced, which is fantastic.
But sometimes, yeah, you need to get in there right now and just kind of see, is this something that that maybe we can just quickly do on our end, or is it going to require a little more effort?
Exactly. And the fact that that is now a new feature, it's a fantastic addition to the software.
Right. Now, I think I might know the answer to this, but feel free to elaborate. So say I come to you and I'm like, oh, Christine, I'm going crazy. I've got, all these challenges. I'm the only one using the system. So I've got to put things in, in two places. And, my teammates are complaining that, none of it's in real time. Like, what advice would you give to me about using DBSync as a solution for integration?
It's extremely user-friendly. It's easy to follow. It's efficient, like I said, and all the resources are at your fingertips within the software. The actual interface itself is extremely user-friendly. So even someone who may not be totally technical, it's extremely easy for them to follow along and understand the software.
Yeah, I can definitely support that because I'm less on the technical side. So I'm always like, when I find it smooth, I'm like, oh, this is a great product.
Yeah, so it's a positive for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay, now you've said so many great things and you even kind of suggested that you really didn't have a lot to say about room for improvement, but maybe take it from this perspective. Is there anything else that you might suggest as far as creating a better either customer experience or maybe any design innovations, like any kind of new products that you've already said the chat was a great innovation, or not so much innovation, but addition, but anything else you can think of?
I think it's great. New to me is to figure out that, or to my knowledge, was that you guys introduced a bunch of local partners that you work with throughout global. I was not aware until recently that you guys had integration. So it's actually important, I feel, as a business perspective to understand where you integrate with, so that if we were to go that path, we already have you as a vendor. We're able to reach out and say, okay, look, we're thinking of moving the company in this direction. We need a proposal because this is the path we want to go. So I think it's great that you guys list who it is that you integrate with, because me as a business, it gives me the perspective of, okay, great. I don't have to go searching around for an alternative. I'm happy with your service. I'm happy with the software. And it's great that you have these additional integrations that relationships essentially.
Okay, so we'll keep up the good work and keep trying to innovate and inspire as we move forward, trying to anticipate, your needs as well as others. So
exactly.
Well, wow, you've given us so much great information. I so appreciate that. I think that probably about sums it up. I think we've sort of got the, sort of the gist of kind of how things work, how it's worked for you. Do you have any last words or comments you want to add?
No, just keep up the innovation. Like I said, I think that chat box is a great, I guess, bell and whistle, I guess you could call it, with respect to the software. So as technology is evolving, I think it's important to stay ahead of the game. And I think you guys have done that and achieved it. So as a customer using it, I do appreciate that.
Oh, well, wonderful. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being such a loyal customer. We look forward to keeping you as a great customer, and again, continuing to blow your mind with different things that can help, you as well as our other clients advance. And really, it's always gratifying to know that we're making a positive impact in our customers' businesses and their overall general, mental health state. We all feel better. So you've heard it from Christine and I here, but don't necessarily just take our word for it. Please check us out on the App Exchange and see why we're rated #1 in customer satisfaction. So again, if you're looking for integration solutions, look no further. Here we are. So please check us out. Don't delay and check us out today, and we'll get your apps talking. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.